What up? What up? What up, everybody? What is going on? Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing, man? Thanks for coming out for another podcast session where we sit down with some awesome content creators. If this is your first time around, we sit down and we talk to different content creators and yeah, just get to know them a little bit more. I'm very fortunate to get to know some dope ass people. And tonight we have another great person. I just keep lining them up, and I'm very fortunate that everybody that we've had so far, said yes. I haven't asked anybody that said nah, I'm not interested. So very fortunate for people to say yeah and want to fuck with me. So appreciate y'all coming in, man. Happy March. It's the first of the month. Wake up, wake up, wake up. So if you guys don't know, we're gonna sit down and talk to Goddess underscore TTV. She just goes by Goddess, but she's over on Twitch. I've known her for about over a year, I want to say safely. Full disclosure, me and her aren't like the best of friends, but we recognize each other, and that's like the best part that when it comes to this content creation thing, because there's a million of us, and then we want to be supportive of all of us, and so we try to hang out and bullshit with each other when we can, off stream or on stream or off stream. So very cool to have her on. She started here on Facebook is where I met her. I met her through work, and shout out to work, man. And, I got to meet Miss Goddess, and I've been keeping in touch with her throughout this time, man. So without further ado, let me see if I can get you in here. There we go. Let me unmute this young lady. Hey, what's up, bro? What's up?
Hi, everybody. What's up, everyone?
How are you, my dear? And I appreciate you coming in.
Of course.
Spending a little time with us.
Hell yeah. I'm excited.
Yeah, for sure. We were talking off stream about this, and we've known each other for a little bit.
And a long time, literally.
Yeah, it's crazy because I say this all the time, and and it's nothing against anybody, but people come and go.
They do.
You come and go. You cross paths with people, and you might be cool for them a little bit, but then you just kind of move on, and it's nothing bad.
Yeah,
it's nothing
life,
bad, but yeah, people stay in touch when they want to and they can, and that's what it's all about mainly. And I thought we've done a pretty decent job of doing that ourselves.
Heck yeah.
You come in and say what's up when you can. I'll drop by over on Twitch to say what's up when I can. So,
heck yeah,
yeah, for sure. So thank you again for coming through.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, for sure. I got a couple questions for you, and like I said, I've gotten to know you, but I don't really know you. So there's a lot of little things I want to ask you.
That is true. That is true. Go for it.
And also for a lot of other people that might not know you as well, or even in your own community that might not know you, because like a lot of the times we share what we want to share, but we don't always share everything. And
exactly.
And people got to respect that, even though we're kind of like in the public eye, and regardless,
it's like not to be shady. It's just to keep
certain lines, and a lot of people don't understand that. And while we were talking before we got on, like you're one of the top 10 people I wanted to have on here. First of all, because I wanted you.
It's an honor.
And secondly, there's a lot of questions I want to ask you as a female streamer, but we'll get into that. So we got a couple questions. So who is Goddess? Who is Goddess?
Oh,
who is Goddess?
Deep question.
Who is Goddess? How did you come up with the name? Out of all the names you could have gone with, why Goddess?
So my real name is Selena, right? So my name is Greek for goddess of the moon. So I always thought it was so cool. So I always went by Goddess. And that's why I'm trying to get my hair white. Like I want it to go with the whole goddess of the moon theme.
Okay.
So all that kind of
You got me on
jazz.
that one. I would have never thought that.
Yeah, so a lot of people don't know, but I mean, back when in my Halo days, my name was Ace. Like
Ace.
I thought that was so cool.
Right. Well, that's cool that obviously it's like I had no idea the reason that you picked that because it was your name, and was it the goddess of the moon? Was that it?
Goddess of the moon. Oh, so Selena is Greek for goddess of the moon.
That's dope. I had no fucking idea.
Yeah.
Shit. See, you learned
and
something.
then I like the whole like goddess vibes and like, and strengthening women too, like all that stuff. So
that's a plus for sure on top of what you already do and stuff, right? So,
Heck yeah.
give us a little background about yourself, like, without disclosing too much about yourself. Like, did
Mhm.
you grow up playing video games? Was it always a
Oh,
thing, or
yeah. I mean, everyone should know my cousin Michael, Ollie. So him and my brother, pretty much when our parents were gone, they took care of us, like me as a little kid. And that's all we did. Like we played video games, like all the old ones. Like even before Xbox and PlayStation were a thing, we're on Nintendo. Like
nice?
so, yeah. I've been a gamer since my whole life. As I was born and raised a gamer. When
What was like the first game like when you were little that you're like, wow, like that was what is the
it
first console and game where you're like, damn, this is a shit as a little kid?
It had to be on Nintendo whenever I was playing like Zombies Ate My Neighbors and like all those old school ones. But whenever the first Xbox came out and Halo came out, like
Boom.
my whole life changed. I was like hooked. I would literally play till like 9 in the morning, sleep a little bit or eat a little bit, then wake back up and get back on and play. Like my life's been gaming since I was young.
Well, see,
So
that's dope. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I think a lot of us, I mean, streamers or not streamers, we have that background of always growing up playing games or whatnot.
Mhm.
So it's awesome. Yeah,
Exactly.
because I had an older brother as well,
Mhm.
and he was he would had the Atari. So I
Oh,
yeah,
dang.
he had the Atari, so I would play Atari with him. And but when
Aw.
he got the NES with the Super Nintendo, fucking
Mhm.
Duck Hunt, you know what I mean? Regular
No.
Mario, and then just Double Dragon, Altered Beast. So all those, like, that's when I got hooked, man. I wanted to play all the time, so I could totally relate to you. Like, yeah, God, I was hooked and shit.
I think people are just born to be gamers.
Yeah.
Like, it's just you get hooked.
What's it called? So now that obviously you've been playing games pretty much all your life. Like,
Mhm.
how did it lead to you even like streaming? Like, how did it lead to that? Like, did you see streaming as? Did you know what it was? Did you fall into it? Like, how did
I
you?
didn't even know about streaming. So the only reason I even found out about streaming was a little over a year ago or so. One of my friends started showing me Hitman, right? And I was dying laughing. Like this is when I was real big into COD. So I was just dying laughing. Like this guy's hilarious. And he was just like, yeah, like. And then he wanted to be a streamer. So he was inspired by him to be a streamer. And so I was like, dude, I'm gonna support you. Like, what are you gonna stream on? And he was like, Facebook, Twitch. I was like, okay, cool. So I made a Twitch just to follow him, just to promote him. And then on Facebook, I was like pushing out his stuff. Like I was like, dude, if this is what you want to do it. Like, And and then I like randomly wanted to record my gameplay on Twitch. And then I met people like Prophecy and stuff. I don't know if you know Prophecy or
Yeah,
not.
he's been around for a minute. Like
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I
He's
met
one of the
people
guys
like
that you usually play with,
Prophecy.
right?
Uh-huh, and
Okay,
I
cool.
met them, and I started meeting people, and they'd come by when I was just recording. They're like, "What the fuck are you doing? It's 6 in the morning." And I was like, "I don't know." And then finally, like, I don't know. I just talking with chat, like talking with people, like just the whole atmosphere of streaming. Then I was like, I like this. Like, I love doing this, and it just spiraled from there. Honestly.
I think that's a lot of us. A lot of the people that I've had on so far, they were kind of
Mhm.
like they fell into it. I remember I had Unfortunate one on here. He was like, "Who the what's people show up to watch people play video games?" I was like that
Right?
too. I
Like, you
was
have no
like that too. Like, what
idea.
the fuck? This is a thing?
Mhm.
But that's so awesome because like obviously you grew up playing games and then somebody who was it, your brother or somebody else wanted to stream and you were just
It was my brother's wife's brother.
okay.
That's so confusing.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was someone from the family, so it was
That's
kind of
cool. And then
cool.
you were like super
Yeah.
gung ho about supporting them. So that's so and
Yeah.
that shows pretty much your character because that's who you are now.
Yeah.
I mean, when we first met, you were like super bubbly how you normally are, and I was like, this is too much. This girl's too much. But I got to know you, and you were genuine. And
Yeah.
that's a cool thing because a lot of people will think that you're being fake or whatever. But no, you're
Yeah,
pretty
exactly. And I'm just
much.
like, nope.
I haven't met you in real life, but I feel like who you are on camera is who you would be if I met you in the street or whatever, like straight up.
Literally.
hmm And I think that when it comes to personalities like that, it helps us as content creators because A lot of us, we're not like superstars or whatever. We're normal people too, like that. And you could
Heck
reach out
yeah.
and talk to us too, like that. And I think that's what helps you so well, because you started here on Facebook and then you moved to Twitch and just boom. I was like, holy shit, it was awesome. So
Yeah,
what was that
Twitch.
decision like to uh
Well,
to go there? Like, cause before we
mhm.
doing that, how long were you streaming? Period. Like, how long have you
So
been streaming right now?
oh gosh, not last year, so a little over a year. And what month are we in? Shit, January,
March,
February, March.
March.
Like probably like a year and like 4 months, I would say.
Badass.
Yeah, it's been a crazy journey. I did originally start on Twitch just recording my gameplay, and then I finally added a face cam. I started building followers on there, and then I met Work, and he was on Facebook, and then I met other people on Facebook, and I was just like trying to do like the both, going back and forth, like some on Twitch, some on Facebook. But then I don't know what it was. Twitch was just home for me, so I stuck to Twitch, and it just skyrocketed from there.
I
Like
know. It was awesome too to see that, because um
it's been crazy.
I was like, oh shit, she moved to Twitch, but I didn't know you were there
Hmm.
before. So that kind of makes like you already had a following and you already had a community
Yeah,
building over there. So
I was trying to come to Facebook because I was more familiar with Facebook, but then I had already, I don't know, I guess just had such a staple in Twitch already. So it was like Twitch was just home, honestly.
no, that's
So
good. That's it. And
yeah.
so when obviously you said you've been doing it over almost a year and a half, like when
Hmm.
was the point? Because I know you do other stuff, and I don't want to say unless you want to say, but I know
Yeah.
you have another career that you
Hmm.
do stuff like that. When did you realize like, let me take this serious? Let me see where I can go with it, because I remember you were doing what you were doing, and then you finally
Hmm.
said, you know what, I'm gonna go full time. So when was
Yeah.
it? When was that? How was that process of you realizing like, all right, I'm gonna fucking go all in?
Honestly, it was super crazy. So like I went through a lot of craziness or whatever, but whenever like on my birthday, one of my friends Grapey rated me, and he rated me with like a big old group of people, and just like the love and support that I had that night like got me so fired up. So I feel like that was a staple. But then whenever my house got broken into and like a lot of my streaming stuff got destroyed, and then like Michael and Kathy came in, and like my community came in, like just everyone with the love and support. Literally, when they came in and did that, I was like, fuck, like I'm taking this to another level.
I remember when
Hmm.
you had talked about it. And I was like, wow, what a piece of shit or whatever. Like, regardless of
Yeah.
what that situation was, but
Yeah.
that that made you realize, damn, like this community is so supportive of me, and you're like, you know
Yep.
what, I'm gonna go all on in on it. That's crazy. I didn't know that that was.
Literally.
I didn't know that that was the point that you were like, okay, I'm gonna go
Yeah.
all in.
Whenever I saw like the love and support, I was like, yeah, I'm taking this to another level. Like
That's
this is,
badass.
yeah.
Oh
So
man, if somebody stole all my shit, I'd fucking cry and
yeah, it
I would
was
have quit.
so bad. I was like, guys, and they were like, we're nah, like we got to get you back, like your energy. Well, even Michael, oh my god, Michael messaged me and he was like, nah, he's like, the happiness you bring to people and the happiness it brings you, he goes, I see you light up. He was like, you got to stream, you got to do it. And I was like, I
Right. Yes.
was like,
Right.
okay. I know,
These were
for
happy
real.
tears. Happy tears.
For real. So
Damn.
it's been a journey, like I said, it's been a journey. So I was like, it's amazing, it's beautiful.
That's badass. So like, so now that you've been doing a year and a half, and I know you stream quite a bit,
Hmm.
and you do your thing. So how do you keep that motivation going? To like, do you ever wake up like, I guess I gotta stream, or I have to do this? Like, how do you keep the motivation and the balance to keep moving forward?
Honestly, I think I set goals for myself. So right now, like trying to be partner and then trying to make a stable life out of it. Definitely it's just like pushing and pushing to the next goal is honestly where I'm at. But my community again, like that love and support, like even if I'm not feeling good or I'm just like kind of in a mood, I try not to stream when I'm in that mood because I like to keep it like 1,010% positive, give them those vibes. But then there's just days you're just tired.
Yeah.
So,
Hmm.
yes, but you still go on there and then they come in and they show you love and you're like, this is why I chose to still get on today. So it's like, it's a little bit of give and take. Like I try to give as much as I can, but they still give me so much. I'm like,
and
I'm here.
that's a cool thing too, because I mean, I've felt there before where sometimes I'm like the motivation in there, but once I go on, and even just a little bit of time that people come by and say what's up and bullshit,
Exactly.
it's so crazy. It's like it's hard to explain unless you're doing it. It's kind of like an adrenaline, like you crave that. It's so badass. Like I tell people
Yeah.
all the time, like you guys coming in here and bullshitting with me and having fun and laughing makes my fucking day. You guys do not
Yeah.
believe, in life, like in this moment right now, this hour and a half or 2 hours of us playing, like I'm on cloud
Hmm.
nine. And it sounds cheesy, and
Exactly.
that
Yeah,
we
but
say that, oh, our communities help us motivate. It does. It really
it
does.
does. It
Getting
does.
that feedback from your community is awesome, because there'll be times where, damn man, I came in here and you're in there bullshitting and you're dying and you're laughing and it just made my day. Just something like that.
Hmm.
It's and I've had the other content creators on here, and I'm sure you could attest to this. Like, it wasn't never your goal to make people's days, but after a while you're like, wow, me just being myself, me just being on here and just being friendly and just having a good time helps people without even, that was
Literally.
never like your goal. You're like, well, let me try to stream and obviously make a living out of it, and and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But that's like a cherry on top.
It is. And then you get messages that it's like, dude, I was having a bad day, like, and then you got on and you made me laugh or this and that, and you're like, damn, like it's cool to be able to have that effect. And I think that those messages I'd like literally, or just even like little comments in chat that get you and you're just like,
Yeah, for
this is
sure.
why I do what I do. Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck, you're not gonna make me cry.
Yeah.
And then I turn off the camera. No, I'm just
Yeah.
kidding.
There's been times where I've gotten messages off stream like, hey man,
Exactly.
like one thing that I do anytime that people will be dropping stars or whatever here on Facebook, I message them. I'm like, hey, you don't have to do that, but thank you, and I appreciate it. I'm like,
Yeah.
man, just a little that I could provide to help you grow and just be a part of this community. And I'm just backwards. I'm like, man, I'm just glad that I could just be a servant for a bit, for you to come in here and bullshit for a little bit, watch
Mhm.
some decent gameplay, not great gameplay, but watch me laugh, people that I get to play with, and just how your community is, they get to know one another, and I like that.
They do.
They get to know, like, we're part, as I'm like, one of the things that I say, there's three parts to my stream. It's myself,
Mhm.
the game, and the chat. If all of those are going more than decent, it's a great stream. But if one of those are lacking, then it might not be the best. But if the
Yeah.
chat's going, you're playing decent, and you're having fun, like, it just makes a great stream, and everybody has fun.
Oh yeah.
Regardless if I'm doing terrible, everybody's in the chat bullshitting, getting to know each other. They get to link up and play games. They might not be streamers, but they link up. So that's cool that building the community, like, you don't need to be the center of the attention.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
we don't
I
need to
love
be.
it. Or there's times I'm trying to clutch up or, try to focus and they're over there talking about God knows what. And I'm over
Right?
here.
It's not even involving you.
Right.
You're just providing
They're
the.
like, how about the Cowboys over here? And I'm just like over here, like,
Mhm.
and I'm like, I love you guys.
Right?
Like, y'all,
Is
y'all
that you
keep
in the
doing what
bushes? Is
you're
that you
doing.
in the bush? Let me check the chat. Okay,
Right.
nothing about me. Okay, moving forward.
Right. No, we're good.
That's crazy. So
Yeah.
you keep the. So I know that you keep the motivation going. The community helps, and then yourself. But
Yeah.
how do you balance your personal life and content creation? Because obviously you do other stuff. You have family and you have your
Yeah.
personal life. Like, how do you balance those to where, like, because sometimes, like, you can get
It's
burned out.
hard.
You can get burned
It
out
is very
on
hard.
either side.
Yeah, so it's like a mixture of like I still work in the med spa. What I had to do to get more into my content was I cut back the med spa to Tuesdays and Thursdays. I'm trying to stream in the mornings while the kids at school. So definitely I've been trying to do that, trying to schedule. So it's really just it's still trial and error, but I'm getting there. And I the main thing I do and helps a lot is keep my community informed. Like and then with my lupus, like I tell them, I'm like, dude, like I had a flare up, like, just keeping them involved so they know is probably the biggest thing that I've noticed. I've had to open up and be like, hey, like, I'm so sorry. I hate that I'm not going to be able to, or, like they see me trying and pushing. And I think that helps a lot. But balancing it out has been a mission, but I'm getting there.
Well, that's good. And you just talking about your personal things that you have to deal with and stuff like that, and you being transparent like that, a lot of people can
Hmm.
respect that. And I think when content creators or streamers, they're transparent to a certain extent without getting too personal about certain things. I
Yeah.
think the people that support you and are part of the community are more understanding because they
Yeah.
realize, hey, we're people too. We
Yeah.
need time away. We need time for this. Because
Hmm.
um, every time I've seen you on, you have your A game. I don't think there's been times where you're kind of like, ugh, just kind of getting through it,
Yeah.
because for us, and I could say this, is we're doing this because A, it's fun, and two, we're getting people involved because the money's great, but if we're having a shitty time and making money, it's not the same.
Yeah.
I don't, yeah,
Exactly.
I don't like what I mean. If people are in it for the money and they're pissed off and shit, and hey, it's all good. But I think if you could have a good time and everybody's having a good time and the gameplay is good, those three things, it makes it
Yeah.
easier to look forward to streams all the time, and you don't ever get burned out because I'm only a part-time guy, so
Yeah.
I balance my personal life and my career and stuff like that, and I try to do my best. But I've talked to other content creators where like they're just like, I'm grinding, I'm grinding, I'm grinding. It's like, you're gonna be grinding so much, there's gonna be nothing left.
You
Like,
burn out.
yeah, you burn
Yeah.
out so fast, and
I've seen that happen to a lot of content creators. Like there's even some that I've seen like push so hard, get partner, and then be burnt
yep,
out. Like, and I'm just like, I'm trying to find that balance. And I truly believe everything happens on its own time. So like, and two, I feel like the gradual growth, you get to get closer and closer with your community, and it's a stronger community. And it's building like the community environment you want instead of like exploding and it
yeah,
just being like just not as personal, but this is personal as it's your life, and
yeah.
it's what we want to do.
It's
So,
crazy that you say that because I know a lot of people that I started with, gone, gone, or
mhm.
just kind of doing it or whatever. And it's
Yeah.
nothing against them. They had different obstacles or different reason, but this
Mhm.
is harder than a lot of people think. I see people all
Mentally
the
it's
time.
very
People come in,
difficult.
oh Jimmy, you're just fucking playing video games. You have the camera on. Hey, try it. I just try. I'll even show up. I'm not trying to hate, but I just try.
Yeah.
Try to play a
Great.
game. Try to play decent. Keep track of chat. Keep track of your audio. Keep track of this. Keep track of that. You know,
I'm looking at a
be in,
million and one
be
things.
entertaining. Just there's a
Be
lot of different.
entertaining. That's
Yeah,
another thing. You are creating content.
correct. So there's all those
Yeah.
things involved, and a lot of people like, oh, you're just putting on a camera. I'm like, well, fuck. Well, first of all, good luck hoping somebody even just shows up to watch you. You know,
Yeah.
because this is hard, and it's not for everybody,
Mhm.
and the people that are full-time content creators, regardless of kind of stream or what they do, what they don't do, I give respect to anybody. Like, I don't hate on
Yeah.
anybody's grind. I don't. Whatever they do, how they make their money, I don't care. It's not my audience. It's not my community. A lot of people talk shit about, oh, this guy just rages, and a million people show up. Oh, this
Hey,
girl's,
he's getting them. No,
yeah, this girl's in a bikini. Everybody shows up. You know, things like that. It's like, this guy, all he does is ASMR. Dude,
Yeah.
there's a community for everybody. I say this all
There
the
is.
time.
There
There's a
is.
streamer for everybody. It might not be the biggest streamer or this
Mhm.
whatever, but there's a streamer for everybody. There's somebody
Yep.
that's gonna relate to you, and that's one of the other things I want to go. Like, you've done a good job of always just kind of being yourself, and that I've
Mhm.
known you the past year. I think you have always been yourself, and I think that's genuine, and that's why
Yep.
people can relate to you. How you're saying it's more personal and
Yeah.
things like that, because they get to know you, because like we're
Yeah.
all friends without ever really seeing each other.
Yeah, I love it. This
You
thing
know?
about gamers and
Yeah.
what we do as streamers too. It's really cool. I love it, honestly.
So
But
we talked about, let's see, we talked about how long you've been streaming, your games, keeping the balance, how serious you got. So like, looking back at 2021, like, what did you learn from 2021? Like, what are your takes back? Like, looking back, like, all right, I did this wrong, or I did this, or I need to do this. Like, what are your takeaways from 2021?
I think the biggest thing I learned was what to accept and what not to accept. Because I used to accept a lot for starting. Like I used to, just throw things off, be like, whatever, it's fine. But as I've grown, I'm like, you know what? You shape your community. And if you don't want that toxicity in your community, you have to nip it in the butt. Like, I mean, there's times when it's funny, like we're being fun. Like we know we bullshit with each other. But then there's times where there's like these people that are coming in and it's just like, hold up.
Yeah.
And so definitely shaping my community more and not accepting certain things has mentally helped me not be so anxious to get on stream anymore. And then also I felt like it's created such a big and awesome community that it's like it's I don't know, it's become amazing. So I think that's definitely one take I've learned.
So yeah, so there's 21. So like, what are your goals for your community or for yourself? Like, what does 2022 look like in your eyes? Like, what do you see happening? What would you like to happen? Ideally, like, what are the different things that you expect from this year?
Definitely this year partner is my biggest one. I'm getting so close. So it's like that's my biggest push right there. Community, honestly, I'm just happy with the community. I'm on cloud nine with the community. So really just growing it, getting to the partnership, and then merch. Like everyone wants merch, so merch is the next one, next step. So just doing like the things that I feel like a lot of streamers are so good at already doing, like you. Like I freaking love your merch, and it's just like so doing more of that. I've been more on TikTok and I wanted to start YouTube, like, making the videos, like pushing out more content in that sense. I've never been tech savvy. So I feel like those are areas I struggled with and still struggle with. Like if something happens on stream with my stream, I'm like,
Oh
oh
shit.
God.
Like, oh shit. Well,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna stop it. I'll restart it right now,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah. So there's just things like that. But really, partnership, like getting partnered on Twitch, and yeah, that's my main goal this year. And then I'll just set new goals for
Of
next
course,
year when
yeah,
we hit them.
yeah. Like my goals for this year, me just personally, just I got
Mhm.
three simple goals for myself and my community.
I love
Just
that.
one, just consistency. Whatever my consistency is,
Oh, that's a good
the
one.
consistency, because you know how it is. Like if you drop off for a little bit, it is what
Mm-hmm.
it is. People move on and don't come back, and that's one thing I've
Yeah,
always done. Even though it might be as little as I stream, I'm consistent. And then
you are.
yeah, and then my second one is focus on the community that is here, not worry about the
Mm-hmm.
people that are not here. Because we
Yep.
have our core people that always come up and show support, and I like to make sure that I focus on the people that are here, because a lot of people say, "Oh, you have 1,000 followers," but yeah, but some people
But where
just
they at? No, I'm
yeah,
just kidding.
yeah, no, no, it's
Just kidding.
true.
No, I'm
No,
just
it's
kidding.
true. Like
Yeah.
I put this in perspective the other day for somebody. I'll look at Stone Mountain on Facebook. You know Stone Mountain, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
2 million followers, but then when he's streaming, it's only like 8K.
Yeah.
So think about that. It's the same thing for us, smaller, mid, or whatever. The
Mm-hmm.
followers don't matter. It's the people that come back and want to be involved and stick around. So like
Yeah.
that was my second one, was just focus on the
Mm-hmm.
community that's here. And then
More than
third,
just a number.
yeah, of
Yeah.
course, focus on the people that are here and what we got going on. And lastly, for me, I'm trying to get that supporter badge, but god damn, it's so much harder now. They
Oh
they,
man,
they
is
made it
it?
so much harder on Facebook now,
Oh no.
because the reach isn't the same and shit like that. But yeah,
Oh
those are just
no.
my personal goals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
But they're good goals.
yeah,
They're amazing goals. I
yeah,
like the consistency one. I've definitely been trying to hit that consistency because I see the help in numbers and growth with the consistency, and I feel better about what I'm doing, and I feel like I'm giving back to my community being consistent.
yeah.
So, yeah. So
I think
definitely that's
that
a
helps without
nice goal.
burning out too much, right?
Mhm. Yep.
Okay, so one of the other things, and I talked to you about stream, I wanted to ask you first about it. Like,
Yeah.
obviously, you just being a female, automatically people feel like they could say certain things
Yeah.
or assume certain things about you. So
Yep.
can you like tell me some of like the bad things about being a female streamer that you've experienced unfortunately?
I think the hardest part is I know the internet's just a place full of trolls, but I get trolled so bad to the point where I ban like 4 to 5 people a stream. It's gotten to that point. So mentally, it does get kind of tiring, but then again, that's where the community comes in, and like it's just they're like my backbone. which you have to have that on your own, and I do, but it's just, it gets to a point where it's just like, dude, like this is a lot.
I
But
know. Like I had somebody's. Well, we'll talk about it off stream, but yeah, I can
yeah,
only imagine because as a female content creator, people automatically, will assume like, well, she's just a pretty face and blah 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 blah, and like just
I
fuck.
think that's like the most biggest thing that ever makes me so mad is like, I've even had people that have said, "Oh, I wish I had boobs." I'm just like, "Fuck, do you know I don't sleep? Do you know that I stay up all night YouTubing shit that I don't know how to do because I'm not tech savvy? And then I drop my kid off at school, I take a little power nap, I get on stream, then I go to work, then I pick up the kid." I was like, "You have no
Yeah,
idea the hard work I have put to get to where I'm at." So I get insulted all the time.
yeah,
Like people are like, and I'm just like, "You have no effing clue, dude."
right. And that,
Not the one. No, I'm
yeah,
just kidding.
exactly. But then you're being honest too, like, hey, I'm busting my butt,
Yeah.
and not to toot your, I mean, not to but to brag, but you're a decent player. Any game that I've seen you play, you're more than decent. Like any
I
game
love
I've
that.
seen you
Thank
play,
you.
you're more than decent. I mean, by all means, you're not the greatest, but you're not terrible.
Yeah,
You
like,
know what
and
I
I'm a
mean?
gamer, so for me, I'm very
Yeah,
competitive. So
because
it's like, I hate that was another thing. That was another thing that would make me mad, would be like people would say stuff about like the gameplay or whatever. I'm like, first off, or like whenever I used to have my White Claw nights or whatever, I'm like, I'm drunk and I'm still dropping bodies, okay? But two, it's just like just the insults that come with being a gamer girl, the insults that come with being a woman with a lot of followers and all that. Like it's just those insults, they get tiring, but then you also have to step back and be like, you know what? I know what I do on a daily
yeah,
basis. So,
it's just
yeah.
hard because you always feel like, in my opinion, and you could tell me, like, you always have to, you feel like you have to defend yourself more being a female than a
Yeah.
male. Like nobody ever
Literally.
yeah, nobody ever comes to you like, oh, you're ugly as shit. Like nobody ever tells me like
Yeah.
that. I already know I'm ugly as shit, so it's no big deal. So
Yeah. And I just feel like they don't care to go in and like diss guys like that, you know? But with women, it's like they feel completely free to come in and talk shit. And I'm just
mhm,
like, who raised you?
right, no shit, man. There'll be some
Like, it's just
people
crazy.
that just
It
they feel
is
like they could just say
crazy.
anything they fucking want. Oh, they'll just say it and they'll
Literally.
just get banned. Like, fuck it, I got off my chest. Like, fuck you.
Like, yeah, like I'm telling you, it's so bad. I banned 4 to 5 people to stream. Like, there's just times it has overwhelmed me to the point I get off stream, and I hate that because the people that show up don't deserve that.
Yeah,
So, I've grown enough backbone to where I just ban them, move on.
yeah,
Don't even read the comment. Or my
yeah.
mods, like, God bless them. They literally just delete it before I even see it, and they
Yep.
just put a little.
Right. And that's crazy because I have some other streamer homies. They're like, they love the
Mhm.
trolls. Come on in. Like
Hell no.
me, like me. I don't have time, man. I'm too
Yeah.
old. I don't give a fuck about having to prove myself or nothing. Like I'll just see
Yeah.
shit, and if one of my mods in there, they'll just delete it. Or I'll just delete it. I'm just like, I'm not even gonna acknowledge you.
I
Like,
just don't like that energy is my thing. Like I
yeah,
like the positive
yeah.
energy.
So I was
If
like,
it's constructive criticism, go for it. Like,
yeah,
oh, I should have left peaked or right peaked instead of left peaked.
yeah,
Like, yeah, thank you. Okay, I didn't know.
hmm
Like constructive is fine. But when
yeah,
it's like straight up, that's gonna be your first comment when you come in here, you're not gonna support my page. You're not gonna hit that follow. You are just gonna bring negative energy to me and my community. Like, bye.
yeah.
Like you're not worth my time.
Yep. Nope.
Like,
And
go do that somewhere else.
yeah, exactly. Because before, like, it pissed me off. Not that I have like a big following and I have people come in here trolling me, but I've had some every once in a while. But they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you're ugly," or "You're shitty." I'm like, "All right, cool, man. Thanks for the view. Thanks for coming in. I'll see you later." You know?
Be like, yeah, thank you for the view,
Yeah.
but I
Thanks for the
mean,
view. Fucking have a good life and shit. Go kick rocks.
right? Like, it's crazy the trolling, but honestly, it's like, now I've gotten to the point, and that's my number one tip to a lot of content creators, especially women that put up with certain things. I'm like, ban. I'm
Yeah.
like, time them out, see if they'll come back and be chill. I've had a lot of people. I'm like, you know what? Time them out. They come back like, hey, I'm sorry, like I
Yeah.
shouldn't have come in. You're a really cool person,
hmm
and I'm just like, that's why you don't go into people's chats like that. Like you don't do that. I
hmm
mean,
Those
you're skeptic. Watch for a little bit.
yeah, keyboard
Like,
warriors and shit.
yeah, literally, they're too strong. Oh my god, you
They're
need to
coming
chill.
in, all caps and shit.
I posted a TikTok video or something, and someone was like L streamer or like loser streamer or whatever, and I was like L commenter. Like, come at
Right.
me, bro. The keyboard works both ways. Fuck.
Right. That's the best you got. right?
Right?
Get,
Like,
get your ass over. Come on, dude. That's the best you got.
yep. So,
Shit, man. So you talked about tips. So that's a perfect
mhm,
segue to the next set of questions. Like,
mhm,
what are some tips or advice to somebody who might want to get into streaming? Like when you first started, obviously you said you weren't tech savvy and things like you had to learn. Like, what are some
mhm.
things that you would say off the bat? Hey, do this, this, and this if you're gonna
Off
get
the
into this.
off the bat, YouTube. Definitely watch videos. If you do have friends that are content creators, ask them for help, ask them for tips. They'll know. They'll be able to help you, with any little kind of thing. But what I literally did was watch YouTube videos. I had no idea. I didn't even know how to set up Streamlabs. I YouTubed it. I didn't know how to do anything. I YouTubed it. So definitely watching YouTube videos. If you have friends, that'll help you. Keeping a positive energy, and as always, you should just start this as a part-time thing or a side thing. And then when it builds to where you can comfortably support yourself or your family, or you're happy where it's at, then make it a full-time thing. Because then you're going to be staring at that number. You're going to be disappointed if it's not getting, that is what's going to affect it. I don't even have the number on. I literally don't know what my numbers are until I get off stream.
Really?
Yeah, I don't have the numbers on because I want to act and create and be me, and then doesn't matter if people are there or not. Like, like I don't want it to change looking at the number.
That's cool.
So,
That's cool.
yeah, so
I
I keep the numbers off.
right. Well, that's interesting because a lot of people, because you're right. Like that's one thing that I say with people. Like you'll go in there and they're like this, and then they see that. Hey, what's up? Yeah. Well, we're getting dubs.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
shut your ass up. You weren't doing shit until I showed up.
Right.
But that's cool. That's interesting. That's a good little technique. And so,
Yep.
so what are something? So obviously those are some things like YouTube. Being realistic.
And be you. My number one thing is be you. You build a community off who you are. You got to be positive too. Like if you're a negative person, you're mad, if you're going into other people's chats negative, if that's who you are and you're a streamer, you're not going to grow. You're not going to do good. And then you're going to blame the world, you're going to blame everyone else, but you got to look at what you're not doing. If you're not growing and you're not putting out like some TikToks, or you're not trying to do some YouTube, you're not doing like you don't want to add graphics, like you don't want to start doing like the little things to kind of help make it pop, make it bigger, then you're hurting yourself. You can't blame anyone else. And I think that's why a lot of female content creators get attacked, is whenever they're doing good and they just started, but they're positive. Like people, the world, especially with COVID and all that stuff that's happened, needs positivity. So I feel like that's why we play games. That's what we do. It's our escape from the real world. So if people are going to watch content, they want it to be, something to watch. Like not just someone that's Debbie Downer, like,
Yeah. That's
like,
a perfect point because if you are upset or disgruntled or pissed off, like who would
mhm,
want to watch that? I had a good conversation with D Weezy. I had him
mhm.
about a week ago. And I don't know if you kept up with him. He got up to
Yeah.
partner, then he dropped down, then he was all. Then
Yeah.
he was telling me, he's like, I looked at my streams and I could not believe how toxic I became, and it was my fault. So it was,
We had to talk about that,
yeah,
me and him. We
and it was
really,
crazy because like I was watching him from afar, but for him to recognize it was
yeah.
just like, damn, man. Like why I could see why people left. I could
I
see
had
why.
to step back. And I was like, I fucking love you, but damn, like
Hmm.
I can't play with you. Like it's hurting my feelings.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I was like, I'm not even a sensitive person, but it gets to a point. So that's why I was just like, but nah. And then I even went to his little meet and greet thing, and I was like, I love you, homie. Like love all of them, love all of y'all. So it's like it don't matter what kind of stages people go through, like I'm always gonna care,
Yeah. And that's one thing I had a good conversation with him is like, hey, and just like you, I mean, I feel like I could approach you and I
Mhm.
could talk to you, or you could be honest with me or constructive criticism. And as we start, I've said this with a lot of the content creators before, and as I take myself more serious, even though I fuck around a lot or whatever, I take more
Yeah.
myself serious as a content creator, and I only associate with myself with people that I feel like are on the same path
Yeah. You
because
have to.
yeah, because I
Mhm.
and this is just me and like I want to be able to grow on my own and not have to depend on another person. So
Exactly.
if I ever play with Goddess, we're playing because we want to play. Not like
Yeah.
I'm gonna get Goddess's people or I'm gonna get Jimmy's people or vice versa. Because I'm
Exactly.
sure you've run into that where you
Mhm.
get people. I get messages all the time. Not that I'm the shit or whatever. Be like, hey, I want to
Mhm.
play with you. Want to coach stream? I'm like, dude, who are you?
Yeah, like, dude, you don't even come by my channel. Like,
Yeah,
what
it's just
the
like,
fuck? Just
yeah,
kidding.
dude. And it's
Yeah.
crazy because now that we've gotten more and more into this, and it's cool seeing you grow, and it's awesome because I'm like, man, I've
Mhm.
known Goddess from the fucking very beginning, where she didn't,
Literally.
you know what I mean, doing all this shit like that. So that's
Yeah.
badass. So
Hell yeah.
let me ask you one more. So obviously, you're doing all these different things, and you have these goals. And I
Yeah.
want to give you props. I even told you guys, man, you got on the TikTok thing, the videos.
Yeah, I'm
That makes a
trying.
difference. It's tough, but it's
But it
good.
is tough. It is tough. Like,
It's
I'm
good.
delirious. I'm tired, and I'm sitting there like, I gotta post this TikTok at 7. They said it's the prime time to post this
Yeah.
TikTok.
Well, that's good because a lot of people don't understand that it's not about just being
Mhm.
live.
Oh, there's
It's
so much
not.
that
It's not
goes on
about.
before.
Yeah, there's all the stuff in the background because one of
And
the
then
things that
after.
yeah, one of the things that I did and that worked for me because
Mhm.
obviously I couldn't stream as much as other people, but what I
Yeah.
did was I always made videos.
Exactly.
Because I knew how to edit before I was streaming. I was editing stuff before.
I knew it. I was like, "You're
Hmm.
so good at editing."
Yeah,
Like,
so like I have an IT background. I've already knew how to do
oh,
computer
that's
shit.
cool.
So like all the technical stuff was easy for me. And then one thing I learned was when you're not streaming, you should be putting videos. Obviously, I couldn't
Yeah.
stream more than maybe 8 hours a week, but I started getting a following only because of the videos. So now that I'm able to stream more and make the videos, I'm just like, I already have both of those.
I love that.
And those are the things that a lot of people don't realize. If you want to get into this, guys, it's not about just going live. Because I see somebody
Mm-mm.
stream for 10 hours, and I'm like, what are you doing? Stream
Yep.
8 hours, those other 4 hours,
Make a
content.
video.
Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
TikTok,
Yep.
Twitter, whatever the fuck. Like, you got to get out there because there's a million of us doing the same goddamn thing.
Yep.
Just
Yep.
you just.
You got to put stuff out there that bring people into here,
Mhm.
So,
That's
yeah.
good. So I've seen you do the videos, and they're awesome. I'm like, fuck yeah, that's dope. I'm
Thank
so
you.
happy. I was like,
I'm
that's so
trying.
cool.
You
No,
can
that's
tell they're
good.
like newbie
But
little edits, but
still, but
yeah, but I'm
still,
definitely
but
trying.
still, like I've had people come in from my TikTok. Oh, I saw this funny video. I just thought I'd come check
Mhm.
you out, man. That's it, because
Yeah.
you're pretty much you got to promote yourself. Like us as
Yep.
content creators, we're the manager, we're the
Mhm.
player, we're the coach, we're fucking we're doing everything. So
Yep.
if one of those little things lack, it's hard to grow because somebody else is doing all of those all the time.
Yeah. Exactly. Like, there's a million and one other people that want this, that want to do this, so it's like you got to do whatever makes you stand out to
Yeah.
them.
Okay, so I got one more last question for you. And
Mhm.
this is just hypothetically,
Uh-huh.
like as a content creator, what is your final end goal? Like you want to stream for just a couple years, you want to
I
build a brand, like
definitely
what is in for Goddess? Like and you see like down in 10 years, does this
mm,
content creation continue or is it a
oh
short-lived
yeah.
thing?
My content creation career has really just begun. Like, I want a whole brand. I want merch. I want, like, from anything from like energy drinks to like just everything. Like, I have so many ideas that literally it's going to spiral. Like, I have huge goals with content creation. Like, it's unreal. It's definitely a lifelong thing.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't understand that. Like when you see like those big ass streamers, those guys were doing it for like years.
Exactly. Like,
Years.
literally. I even was watching Stone Mountain, I did one of his little training things,
Uh-huh.
and it really inspired me. And like, it just showed him like way back in the day, like young Stone Mountain. I'm just like, no one understands. He started at like 13 building his shit. Like,
Yeah.
people have started so young, and that's why they are where they are right now. Like, there's so many things that I want to do with content creation, and even being in skincare as well. Like, YouTube, there's going to be gaming, there's going to be skincare, there's going to be health, and I want to combine all of it into a big ass company, big ass brand.
That's badass. See,
Yeah,
that's the
so
same thing that I like my goal. And
mhm.
obviously I have a full-time job, but ideally, just like you, it's like I want to be Jimmy Duke's Gaming, Jimmy Duke Podcast, Jimmy Duke's this, Jimmy
Mm-hmm.
Duke's that, Jimmy Duke's that. I just want to be able to create content and have different, like, build a brand to where,
Hell
like,
yeah.
it doesn't matter what I do, and if I do something, I do it because I want to, and I hope
Mm-hmm.
people like it, like that. And
Yeah.
that's being ambitious. A lot of people feel like, oh, like, I want a game, I want to be the biggest streamer in the world, or I want to make the most money. But a lot of the people that I've had on here, they all have different goals, and it's so
Yeah.
interesting to hear that pretty much all of them weren't streamer wise. Like
Yeah.
they weren't like, I want to be a partner and that's it, or I want to
Yeah.
have a million follows and make $1 million a year. That's like nobody said that. So it's so
Mm-mm.
interesting
Yeah.
because people get to know us off this, and this is why I enjoy sitting down with people, because you get to know them off stream, and
Yeah.
their ambitions, their thoughts, different things that you normally wouldn't strike up in a stream conversation when you're dropping in
Exactly.
on Tarkov, and you
Yeah.
shoot your buddy in the back on accident.
I love doing that. That's my favorite.
That's badass. So let's see if anybody has any questions on the Twitch side or on the Facebook side, within reason. If you guys have any questions for Miss Goddess, y'all drop them in the chat. How's the Tarkov going? That's like your main game
Oh,
right now, huh?
Tarkov is definitely. So another thing with Tarkov, so that's one goal too, is I just was in the Fire Team Trials tournament. And like that was pretty big because there's a lot of big people in the Tarkov community. Like who like people like I'm trying to compare like Hitman and stuff in COD. There's people like that in this tournament. So it was like pretty big to be in there. And so but that's just the start. Like I wanted to get into all the tournaments and not just get into them, I want to win them. Like and then in Tarkov, they create streamer items. So like if you're big in the Tarkov community, they put an item in the game for you to resemble you.
Wow.
So a streamer item's another goal of mine. Like me and chat have goofed off and talked about stuff like that. So definitely making a staple in the Tarkov community and Tarkov game itself is my goal.
That's badass.
Yeah. Maybe the first female PMC, I don't know.
Right? There's Goddess with the white hair and shit. Pop, pop.
That'd
Easy.
be fucking cool. I'm
In
just
the
saying.
dark, you just see your hair all fucking white and shit.
Right. It's okay if no one runs it. I just want it in there. It's fine.
Right. That's badass. So, where could everybody find you? Like, plug yourself. Plug yourself. Like, give everybody your names for all the different stuff.
Everything is goddess_TTV. I've made it plain and simple. Twitch is goddess_TTV. TikTok, Twitter. The only thing that is different is Facebook. It's goddessfb.gg. And I just made that for the generic, like, kind of Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's just goddess. I mean,
that's badass.
Everything else is goddess_TTV because that's
easy.
Instagram,
I think
everything.
That's perfect because a lot of people miss that mark. Like, you look up Jimmy Duke's Gaming and you could find it on any platform. And even if I don't use that platform, I went in there and I made it already.
Yep.
So I have a Twitter. I have a Hover. I have fucking
Hover. Is it Hover?
Is it Hover? I think that's a new one.
Is it Hoover?
Hoover.
Did you say Hoover?
Hoover.
Go check him out on Hoover.
Go check me out on Hoover.
In the tweeter.
In the tweeter. Yeah, but that's good that you have it.
This is why
it's
we're
simple.
friends.
Yeah, right. It's simple because it's easy to find yourself, because if you get your name a little too hard and if you don't lock down those names, it makes a difference.
The biggest thing I did actually as a streamer was I was COD Goddess 0211.
Yeah.
Remember? And so now it's goddess_TTV.
Yeah,
like
easy.
Super simple. You can find me on anything. Google. No, I'm just kidding.
Right, on Google. So we have a question here. What is your favorite game? I guess maybe
Tarkov.
Favorite game? Right now, Tarkov.
Right now, Tarkov.
What about of all time?
Of all time?
If you had to pick one, or can you pick one or two? Because I can't pick one or two.
The top two would have to be. It's okay. Can I do top three?
Yeah, go for
Halo. Okay, Halo, COD, and Tarkov.
Boom.
Those are my
order?
top three.
In that order?
No, probably Tarkov, Halo. I don't know. Tarkov is. I can't do an order.
Right.
Right now, Tarkov has met every kind of aspect of gaming that I've loved. I've
That's
loved the
badass.
survival. I love the shooting. I love just every aspect I've loved from different games. It's like put into this game for
That's
me.
cool.
So,
I remember when you first started playing, you were like, God, I'm terrible. And all this. And
mm-hmm.
you like slowly started. I was like, God damn. Because me personally, I just can't play those type of games. They're too grindy for me, man. But I enjoy watching people play it.
Yeah,
Especially if they're decent and I learn how to play the game just without playing it. Like I
yeah.
probably won't ever play it. I probably won't.
You'll love it. I know. I remember
But
I tried so hard to get you
I
onto it.
know,
I was
man. It
like,
just
please.
I'm just like, man. It just for me, like, since I don't
Yeah.
have that much time to play. Period. Like those long
Yeah.
grindy games, they're hard for me to play. First of all, and second of all, like since my community just knows me as a first person shooter game guy,
Yeah.
it's hard to hold an audience because to a certain extent you have to play to the crowd, right? I mean,
Yeah. Oh, exactly.
yeah, I mean,
And I think that's one thing I did is like I built a COD community and then I went to Rust and then I slowly was building a Rust community and then I fell in love with Tarkov and so I had to start and build a Tarkov community.
mhm.
And so now there are still people, of course, that I've met from all different games and it's come to this one. But now that I'm so into the Tarkov, it's just Tarkov. So it's like, yeah. So it's definitely been my home. I play to the crowd too, like, I mean, but
Yeah,
I'm happy to.
yeah.
Like,
Well,
it's
that's
the
it.
game I love to play.
There's and I'm glad you say that because um as much as I hate Warzone sometimes, I loop back around to it because I know I felt a community follow me because Warzone, not because I'm the greatest, but I'm just fun to play with and shit like that.
Yeah,
But I don't feel like I have to play that all the time. But it's good to know that if you switch games, your community will support you to a certain extent. But
exactly. Yeah.
if you're playing something that's not making sense, I just don't force it on my community. For example, if a
Yeah.
game's not hitting, I just won't play it on stream. If I really like the game, I'll play it off stream because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, like, um, this is a business. We're a product, and if you're
Mhm.
not doing your part and you're not paying attention to your numbers, like,
Yep.
well, then what the fuck are you doing? And
Yeah.
like, no disrespect to anybody, but I tell people, and I'm sure you could say this too. Like, I don't stream just to stream. I don't stream
Exactly.
just to stream. There's a lot of people out there that do, and that's cool. Like, you just stream
Yeah.
just to stream. But me, or like yourself, we're trying to build a brand. We're trying to
Mhm.
make content. We
Yep.
want people to enjoy themselves. I'm just not streaming just to stream. So if the stream's not hitting, there's nobody showing up, I just won't stream. I'll just cut the stream and I'll work
Yeah.
on other stuff because you can't force it. You can't force it. And a lot of people will force a game on their community and then they'll be
Yeah.
pissed off when nobody shows up.
Yeah, and that's one thing too. Like if you're pushing towards a goal and you're switching up just playing random games that you just feel like playing or whatever, and you're not really staying kind of consistent or something, then it kind of gets a little too crazy. And then you'll see your numbers drop. I've
Oh yeah.
seen people that literally can go up to like 70, 90 people and then they start playing this one game, they're at 10 to like, hardly anything. I'm just like, well, you were so close, stick there. And then when you hit partner, then you have those days or have designated days,
Hmm.
or if you weren't originally a what's it called, variety content creator, then you can't just like if you're just known for one thing, which is really hard. I do know that's really hard, but if you're known for just one thing and then you switch to being variety and not really playing the main thing, then it
Yeah.
throws people off.
Yeah.
But if you do variety, then people are happy with that. If,
Yeah.
like, what I love about you is when a new game comes out and you try it out or you talk about
Yeah.
it or you give your opinion on it, like that's really cool because
Hmm.
that's where I would come to see how you felt about the game,
Yeah, because sometimes that's what, and I'm glad you said that. That was perfect because that happened to me. Not that I
Mhm.
was, I had a decent following and because of Warzone, and I
Mhm.
would just all the hackers and everything about a year ago. I just got burnt out on it, and then I started playing other
Yeah.
games, and nobody would show up, and I
Yeah.
would just like, fuck. Well, you know what? I don't want to be just known as a Warzone guy. I just don't. And if I have to
Yeah.
restart all over and people get to meet me as more of a variety person,
Yep.
then I'll do that. But what I stick to is mainly shooter games because like that's what I'm decent at. And every
Yeah.
once in a while, I'll throw in community games like Jackbox, or I'll do a horror game every once in a while.
Yeah.
But
I love your horror games.
yeah, and that's just how you were saying, molding your community, like knowing what you're known for,
Exactly.
like knowing what you're known
Yeah.
for. So this way everybody knows like, oh, Goddess, she plays Tarkov, but maybe like in a year or something else, she might play something else, but we're still going to want to
Yeah.
follow her and see what she does. Cause that's one
Yeah.
of the biggest things that I was like, I had somebody's like, man, I'm glad you play random games. Cause I'm like, what is Jimmy going to do? What is Jimmy going to do?
Yeah,
And
like
I,
you want to see what Jimmy's gonna do
yeah,
today. Exactly.
and it's cool because like, I'm not, by all means, I'm not good at any game, but I'm decent. I'm decent at
Yeah.
any of the games I play. So
It's your personality. Like I think that's one thing people don't get is a lot of it. Like I've seen some cracked freaking players, no views
yep.
because they don't pay attention to chat.
Mm-hmm.
They have a sour attitude. They're so toxic. I'm like, you're not going to build off that. Like, yeah, you're good, but you're not going to build off that. And a lot of people are here for you and who you are.
Yep.
So, and I love that because at the end of the day, you can't change who you are.
Yep.
So,
And that's good that you say that because I feel for me, and it took me about a year, like of me streaming and figuring out if I wanted to do this or not. Because I'm coming up on 2 years. My first year, I was like, all right, I want to do this. Like, what is my niche? Like, what am I known for? It's a year now. Like, you know what? I'm the fucking niche. I'm me.
It's for me. Yeah.
Like a lot of people like want to be the best at one game or they want to be known for certain things. But me personally, what's worked for me is like being comfortable, me being me. And I think that that's one of the hardest things that a lot of people have a hard time is that they want to try to pretend to be somebody else or they want to be really good at one thing. And everybody has to find a niche. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I feel like if you are genuinely yourself and you're being yourself in a positive way, like you say, you're going to get people that want to be around.
Yeah. They'll feel that vibe. They'll feel that energy. They can definitely sense when it's not there. Like if you're faking it. Like, so.
Yeah, because I've seen it just like you, man. I'm like, I've seen some people that are fucking amazing at games, but like nobody's watching them because
exactly
you have to be entertaining. You have to talk. Like, regardless, I don't care how great you are and you're winning back to back. If you're not entertaining or fun to watch, like, why would you want to watch them? You know what I mean? There's different streamers and different content creators I follow for different reasons.
Yeah.
And it's for that. Like, you said Hitman earlier. Obviously, he's not the best player, but this guy is fucking hilarious.
He's so fucking funny.
He's fucking hilarious. You know what I mean? It just like
I love it. I think I've seen him win once. That was you.
And he's like,
and it's beautiful.
And he's like, fuck yeah, I fucking told you. Just like, but that's
he's like, get out of my lobby.
Yeah.
Like, get out the game.
But that's the thing. You have to be entertaining to a certain extent, and a lot of people miss that. You know what I mean? I get the whole you being you, but at the same time, like, you just gotta turn it up a little bit. You can't just you know.
And
what I mean?
if you're shit, you embrace that shit. If you're the shit player, if you're a decent player, if you're that backup player that gives call outs, you fucking embrace that shit. You give the best fucking call outs.
Take my ammo. Take my ammo.
Here, you take this. You get that.
You want me to run
shot.
that way? You want me to run that way? I'll run that way to draw them out.
Right. I'll be the diversion. I got this shit.
I got this. Zero kills in a dub. Hey, I did my part.
when that dub pulls up, woo! Whenever the
Jimmy
numbers
Gaming on Facebook. Look it up, bitch.
Yep. So many dubs.
That's hilarious.
Exactly. Like me, I have my badass moments, but there's times I'm slacking. I'm just like, fuck it. Then, it is what it is. Yeah. I have my goofy moments.
Right. And that's cool that you're catching those because I think people will genuinely like you because of those little clips like that. People tell me all the time, man, your little clips are funny. I'm like, yeah, that's what I want to capture. Right. That's what I want to capture. You know what I mean? So, but thank you so much for your time. I mean, this was great. I mean, we'll have to sit down. And this is not the last time I would like to have you on a podcast. A lot of the people that I have that I wanted on here was for specific 2 different things. One, just getting to sit down and talk to you, different people. We might not be the best of friends, but we sit down and get to know each other and let everybody else, get to know you as well. Your community might not know you or certain things or vice versa. And then second, like for future projects, because I want to do, for me, I want to do the podcast thing. I always thought the podcast thing was amazing.
I love it. I mean, it gets into, they get to see what we're dealing with. We get to hear what they want to know about, just a lot of different things. And I love it.
Yeah, because I've always wanted to do podcasts, but it just didn't make sense at the time for me and my channel because for me, like I'm really anal when it comes to like I like to plan things and like if I do something, I want it to work. That's just me.
Yeah.
I will set myself up to succeed. I don't feel like I just throw something and hope it works. That's not me.
Oh, and I've always could tell that about
Yeah,
you.
yeah. So
That's
like if I ever make a move, I've thought about it. I just don't do it just to do it. But I want to have further podcasts and have you on with other people, and we'll have different topics. And
thank you.
and this just goes back to what I was saying earlier. I respect you, and I'm so happy that you're doing so well. And
Thank
I'm
you.
glad to know you, and for the beginning, you
Same.
know what I mean.
Well,
Regardless of
and
what our
that's just
yeah,
one
regardless what our
thing. I
future
remember the
is.
first day of meeting you, I was like, you feel those vibes, and you can
Hmm.
just tell when people are raw people, and you just stick,
Yep.
Like, we might go on and do our own things. We're grinding here, doing what we got to do here and there, but we're still a message away on Discord. Pop into your chat. Hey, can I hit you up about something later? Yeah, hell yeah, of
Yeah.
course. Like,
That's badass. And I thank you that for your time. Oh, we got a
heck
couple
yeah.
questions here if you don't mind.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, let's see. We got one for from LA. Have you ever done any tournament games?
Yes. Wait, like been in a tournament or
Yeah,
tournament games?
well, tournament. Like how many tournaments have you been in? Which games?
I've only been in two. For one was for a charity event. That was my first wipe, and this is my second wipe, and this one was for Fire Team Trials Rogue. I don't know if you've heard of it or if they've heard of it if they're not from Tarkov. It
Okay.
was big in the Tarkov community, but
Okay.
COD is a little different.
Nice. All right, so
So yeah, two so far.
two so
But it's
far.
only my second wipe, so
Yeah, that's cool.
I'm still new. I'm still considered very
Yeah,
new.
because I mean, a lot of people like that competitive, and some people just do it just to get out there and try it. So that's kind of cool. I've never
Yeah.
really been in a tournament other than like the ones I've ran, so it's not the same.
I love your tournaments. They're so fun though. It's so
Yeah,
funny killing each other, like
yeah,
killing homies. Like
yeah. Just
that's
getting in lobbies and shit like that is fun. You know
I
what I mean?
wish we could do that in like Tarkov, have like custom lobbies. We like
Right?
try to select servers, but it's not the same.
No, it's
So
not the same. All right, so
yeah.
we got one here from Dragon. You already said this, but what are your goals for 2022 for your channel? Dr-
Definitely partner, and now that Jimmy said it, consistency. If I could set a schedule, if I could hit partner, if I can be more consistent, even with the TikToks and then maybe a YouTube channel, like that, those are my big goals for sure. Merch is
Yeah,
another one.
and that's good too, because I mean you're being ambitious, but at the same time, like you could have done it a long time ago, but you didn't,
Yeah.
because I feel like in some aspect you're like let me do these when it makes sense, and because I was the
Yeah.
same too, like you, like I had so many people do the merch, do the merch, do the merch, and I was like, I don't know, I don't want to be like, and I'm not hating on it, but I'm just being honest. There'll be a lot of streamers that are like, oh, go check out my merch and shit like that. I'm like, who's gonna buy it? You don't even have a following, and second of all, you
Yeah,
don't
like
even
you
wear your own
want
shit. Like you don't even wear your own shit. Why would anybody else want to wear your shit? You know what I
exactly.
mean? Like I wear my stuff all the time because I felt like when I did it, I wanted to be proud and not ashamed. Like, who's Jimmy Dukes Gaming? Like, what the fuck is that? Like,
Exactly.
hey man, I'm a content creator, man. If you want to check me out or not. But yeah, this is me.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have a hard time. Like, how are you gonna get somebody to buy a $20 shirt if you won't even wear one on stream of yours?
Yeah, like that's literally my thing is like so I'm mostly gonna be making my own merch and stuff because I've been talking with my sister-in-law, my brother's wife. She has a machine and we did it for our business. So before whenever we had our Lux beauty business, we made our own merch. We
Mm-hmm.
had our own tank tops and
That's
the
the best way
material
to
was
go.
super comfy and all that. And I'm a comfy gamer. I like to be comfy when I
Yep.
game.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely I was like, I'm gonna get into making my own merch. And I'm gonna wear that on stream. So I want it to be stuff like you said that you're gonna wear. So other people would wear it. Like,
Yeah,
just like that.
it's so cool. Like, I live in El Paso, and I was like on a different part of town,
Hmm.
and there's this guy Adrian. Shout out to Adrian, man. I saw him randomly at Target,
Oh,
and,
I love
and I
that.
was walking with my son, and my son's like, "Hey, that guy's wearing your hat," and I'm like, "What?" And
No, I
yeah, dude, the
love
shit was
that,
crazy, dude. That was
dude.
so crazy. And I was like,
That's
Adrian,
so
hey,
cool.
what's up, man? And dude, he was like, the first day I dropped merch, he bought a hat and a shirt. Like, it was so
I
crazy.
love that.
It was like so humbling that, that when I did do that, people wanted to support that.
Yeah, it feels so
It's
good.
so crazy,
And I
man.
think that was my fear about coming out with merch was like no one wanting to get it or anything, but like it's coming to that point that they're like, where it at? Like,
Yeah.
and I'm just
Yeah, I was
like,
like,
okay.
I know, yeah. I want a goddess fucking t-shirt, even if it's
Right.
pink.
Well, and then like how I say God Squad, and so like I want to do something like God Squad or whatever, so something for the males too, like,
Yeah.
but
Uh,
still cute.
yeah, yeah. I was like, I'll wear a pink shirt on stream. I don't give a fuck.
Exactly. And I feel like everyone's like, don't you think I won't wear a pink
Hell
shirt or
yeah.
something like that? I'm
Hell
like,
yeah.
y'all the best.
Yeah, like I've had if whenever you do that, let me know and we'll do a merch swap for sure.
Hell yeah,
Yeah,
that'd
yeah,
be
because I do it with a
awesome.
lot of the streamers that I get to know. I'm like, hey man,
That
let me
is
get a
so
shirt. Like,
cool.
pick anything off my store, and you just give me a shirt or a hat or whatever. So
Yeah, friends merch that I do have, I've worn it on stream. Like, I definitely love, like, if I have any of my friends merch, I'm gonna wear
hell
it.
yeah, man, because it's cool because it also shows support from
Mm-hmm.
each other, and and going back to what I was saying, man, you want to let people know who you rock with, because
Exactly.
I mean, we're like I said, we're on different platforms and shit like that. But anytime that I see your shit, I let people know who you are and things like that. Hey, y'all go check out Goddess. One thing that I would say is like, hey, you don't have to follow anybody, but if I say go check them out, more than likely you might like them. You don't have to like them.
Yeah, like, there's a reason. We're not gonna shout out
Yeah.
people if we don't,
Yeah, and then you always do that. Hey, go check out Jimmy. I'm all, no, I'm here. Like, you're all, no, you're the homie and shit like that. So I
Yeah.
appreciate that because you don't do that
Hell
just
yeah.
for everybody.
Yeah.
So it
If
does.
you're a homie and you showed me support and I love and respect your content, I'm gonna push yours too.
Yeah.
I'm like, so
That's badass. You know what I mean? Well,
hell yeah.
I mean, if there is there anything else you want to let everybody know? Like, this is your last
Um,
bit of time.
uh,
Plug yourself.
I don't know. I'm on Twitch.
So you're was it Goddess
Goddess_TTV.
TTV on
Mhm.
Twitch. Y'all go
Yep,
check
yep,
out the
yep.
homegirl. She plays Tarkov.
Yep,
She's
yep, yep.
funny.
And if you don't know Tarkov, I have people that have come from my COD community and they're like, I don't know what the fuck's going on, but that shit's hilarious. They're sitting there, like, I have some staple people from day one. Like, even Jack will come by and say some stupid shit.
Yeah,
but
yeah. Shout out to Jack.
yeah, he'll come by and say some stupid shit, and then like if he stays longer than 2 minutes, he's like, I don't know what the fuck I'm watching. I've been here for 2 minutes, and
Yeah.
I was like, but you're here. Thank
Right?
you.
And I appreciate that shit.
Yeah,
He's like,
so
he'll come by and be like, here you are playing that shit again. But he's here,
yeah,
he's there supporting you, just giving you a hard time.
yeah, but it's all love, so it's like whatever.
That's dope. Well, what's it called? Well, when's the next stream so everybody can kind of catch you or kind of.
I'm going out of town tomorrow, so I'm gonna try to stream at least. Let me see, what's tomorrow? Wednesday. So definitely gonna try to stream Thursday or Friday. I'm taking like a little vacay, but I'm
That's
still
dope.
gonna try to stream on my vacation. So
What's it called? So she is here on Facebook, guys. And she does post stuff there, and then she'll post her links to
yeah, I
Twitch
definitely
as well.
will.
So all the
Thanks.
homies here on Facebook, make sure you guys go check her out as well and follow her page on Facebook. And there she is on Facebook right there. Hey, you guys, my bad. Just so everybody who's in there, I've seen the conversations, but on the podcast, we just try to focus on the conversation and stuff. But now that we're pretty much ending, thank you guys. Whoever came over from the Twitch side, on Goddess's side,
awesome.
all my Facebook homies. I had a couple raids. I had a couple stars. Thank you guys, man. Hey, I see you, Doc. My bad, dog. My bad, man. So thank you guys for your guys' time.
Thank you guys.
And I hope you guys, go check out Goddess either on Facebook or Twitch. She's on Instagram. She's on TikTok. Goddess on Twitter.
On the Hoover.
On the Hoover.
Make sure to check the Hoover. I'm very new on the Hoover, but it's a good app.
Right?
Good app.
Good shit. Well, thank you so much, and I'll keep in touch with you for future content creation stuff and like podcasts. Cause
I love this. I love doing this. This is something I like to get interviewed. I don't think I'm gonna be the interviewer, but I love this. So definitely hit me up for anything.
Yeah, but that's one of the things. So everybody I've had on here can hold a conversation, and that's what it matters when it comes to podcasts, because you don't ever want it to be dead space. And I think we did a pretty good job of, just getting information across and, being entertaining at the same time for you guys and, getting to know you guys a little bit more. So thank you guys so much.
I love it.
And
Thank you,
Goddess,
guys.
thank you so much for your time. Like, I really
Of
respect you, and
course.
I'm pulling from you, even though across platforms.
Dude, same.
I
Oh, and
see you,
that's one
homie.
thing. I ever miss a stream, I usually go and try to like it
No,
afterwards,
it's
or
all good.
and people don't get it. You gotta, if you see it later, just still hit that like. You
Yeah,
know.
it counts. Every views count.
Mhm.
Every views
Mhm.
count. All right, guys. We'll see you guys later. We're gonna have another
Heck yeah.
podcast sometime soon. We got one or two more people that I got in mind. I gotta reach out to them and see if we can make it happen. But Goddess, thank
That's
you so
good.
much for your time
Heck
and
yeah. No,
for
thank you.
sure. And I'll
Much
catch
love,
you
much
around,
love.
guys. Anybody who's curious or wants to watch me, I'm gonna end this stream and then I'll be on a Warzone open lobby if anybody cares. But until next time, peace out, homies. Y'all take care.
Bye, guys.